What's up, family? Welcome to what's today? So today is actually I'm doing day 13's video. Okay, so this is day 13 of 31 days of encouragement in the month of December. So today is the 13th video. Today I want to talk to you about the importance of understanding. The importance of understanding. Now, when I say understanding, really I'm talking about the importance of understanding your partner. But it can be applied to understanding across the board, right? But we're talking about your partner. So have you ever seen a toddler do something that they've seen an adult do? Right? I find myself sometimes getting stuck watching those toddler videos. This is one video of this little kid. He's about 2, right? And he's playing t-ball. Right? He's trying to hit the ball off the thing. And dad says, remember to keep your eye on the ball. And so the little boy, he takes his eye and he literally puts it on the ball and then he tries to hit it. Right? Y'all seen that? Kids, when they take in information, it's based on what makes sense to them. When they process it based on what makes sense to them, which is based on what they've already experienced. Right? They are taking that information and then they are responding to it accordingly. So when the little boy, when he put his eye on the ball, he's doing, information came in, he processed it, and then he responds to it based on his inner world. So here's the thing. When toddlers process, when they respond to whatever stimuli that comes into their mind, they're 100% accurate in concluding what they're concluding because all they have is the information that they have. Right? So the little boy putting his eye on the ball, that's what he's supposed to do. That's all the information he has, right? That is the process of learning for children, right? They don't know to ask for clarity. They don't know, well, when you say put my eye on the ball, what do you mean? It don't even make sense, right? But when we become adults, what I've discovered is that we still tend to take in information and then make conclusions based on what's going on in our inner world. See, the thing is about us human beings, we don't like not knowing. Okay, we don't like ambiguity just in general. So what we'll do, whatever we don't know, we're gonna make it up. Yeah, you make up stuff all the time, every day. You do. All right. So my encouragement to you today, though, is I want you to make seeking understanding a top priority for you. Right? Make seeking understanding a top priority. You don't know what you think you know. You don't see what you think you see. And I know I've said this many a times, but I'm gonna keep staying on this because if you don't make understanding a priority for you, you're gonna suffer because you're going to misunderstand your partner a lot. Right? A few years ago, I learned this skill from Dr. Rick Marks. And it's simply called, are you saying? Okay, I'm gonna teach it to you guys. Very simple. Are you saying? I teach this to my clients and I use it in my own life. So here's how it goes. When your partner shares something, really when anyone shares something, but when your partner shares something, after that, because you don't really know what they're saying, you can understand English, but you don't know what they mean. So when they say whatever they say, and this is kind of like, you've heard people say, like, what is it called? Active listening. Similar to active listening, but this is better. This is not just repeating back what the person said. No. So what you're going to do is, I'm going to give you an example. I'm finna go to bed. I'm cold. Are you saying you are going to bed because you're cold? And then if you ask me, I'm going to say, oh, no, they're not connected. I just said that. Right? But most of us would just assume, right? And I know that may be a weak example, but my point is using are you saying helps you to get clarity. And when you use are you saying, you're looking for a yes. So you repeat back what they said to you, but with are you saying? So basically you repeat back your interpretation of what they said with are you saying at the beginning. Are you saying you don't want to go to the party because of blah, blah, blah? If they say yes, then y'all both understand each other, right? We're talking about the same thing at the same time because most other times we're not. Get in the habit of asking questions, asking for clarity. Is this what you meant? Are you saying that? And sometimes I use it this way too. Like I'll be talking to a friend and I know they're miscommunicating, right? I know what they're saying. That's not what they mean, but they said it. So what I will do, I'll use "are you saying" to point out what they said and then let them correct it. So like I'll say something like, wait, so are you saying you only want to eat garbage? Oh, no. Wait. That's not what I'm saying. That's what I said, but that's not what I meant. Let me rephrase it. I know, again, that was a crazy example, but you get my point, right? Using "are you saying." So I was talking to a friend, well, really, it's a friend of a friend the other day. And I told them how I said, I don't really drink, right? Their response was, oh, yeah, because you want to be able to make sure you can drive when you get home. I mean, I do, but that ain't why I don't drink. You made that up. Another time, I was like, man, I'm glad tomorrow's Friday. And they were like, oh, yeah, Friday must be your favorite day, huh? No. If you ask me a question, then I could tell you, if you're curious and knowing. But just making up stuff, no, Friday's not my favorite day. And in the same way, why is this important? Because when you're making up stuff with your partner, a lot of times you're making up, so whatever the thing that's hurting you, you don't even care about me. You made that up. You ain't think about me all day. You made that up just because they ain't text you, right? So ask questions. Hey, I know normally we text a lot more. Was there something going on today where that didn't happen? As opposed to just assuming and then being mad, right? So that's the message for today. Ask questions. Get clarity. It can save you a lot of headache. A lot. Because John Gottman says we misunderstand each other over 90% of the time. 90%. That's crazy. You got to ask for clarity, right? You know what they said, but you don't know what it means. Same thing when you're reading scripture. Since I'm on it, you read scripture. So many folk, Christians, I'm talking to you now, not talking to unbelievers. You read scripture, but you don't know what it means. It can't mean what it's never meant. It can't mean what it's never meant. Okay? All right. I was pausing because I was going to go down a rabbit hole, but I changed my mind. The message for today, seek understanding. Okay? Don't allow your mind to just run crazy because remember I said the other day, if your inner world is not good, the things that you bring from the outside to the inside, you're going to process through the filter of your inner world, and then you're going to see it as ugly. You don't want to do that. So when your partner comes in the house and they looking angry, you don't know what's going on. Ask. And don't ask like this. Why are you looking out? No, you're inviting a fight. Hey, what's up? What's wrong? Why you? Is everything okay? Yeah, why you spending? I don't know, because I thought you was looking upset. But if you good, you good. Ask questions. Ask questions. Listen, guys. I cannot reiterate that enough. Ask questions. Ask questions. Okay. If you don't, you're gonna hurt yourself because you will be making things up in your flawed, fragile mind that don't support the reality that you want, nor does it support reality, period. It don't support the reality that you want. It's probably a fantasy, but it also don't support the reality that you're living in. Stop believing everything you think. Maybe I should just say that. That's the whole message. Stop believing everything that you think, because it's not true. Stop believing everything that you feel. It's not true. It's not. Everything that you feel is not true. Seek understanding. Okay? All right. See y'all later for day 14. I don't know what I'm talking about on 14, but we're going to find out, ain't we?